Discretion is advised.
Giant murderer hornets are here. Primes are canceled. UFOs are zooming. And when the hell will the Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl?
I know what you're thinking. What's that got to do with anything? We better find out a little later on the show.
First of all, ain't nobody talking while I'm talking, so shut the f*** up.
Yo, it's the Shut Up and Color podcast. Always informed, never influenced. I'm your host, Ashton Alexander.
And I'm your boy, Micah Jaye.
Micah Jaye. What's up, boss?
Not much, man. How you feeling?
Episode 8.
You know it, bro.
Back on popular demand. Took a week off, but we had to do a little bit of remodeling.
Remodeling of the studio.
Yeah, the studio looking real scrumdiddlyumptious today.
Slowly coming together.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get some video for y'all soon enough. But until then, you'll have to hear my illustrious voice.
Yeah, boy, you got the face for radio.
Shut your black ass up. Soon enough, I'll have the face as well. Damn. Then you see Micah Jaye's ugly ass beard. He got to comb that bitch. Yo, this nigga be in pajamas all the time. I can't wait for the cameras to get here because then he got to actually do some shit. I'm tired of seeing this nigga in his homeless look.
Well, you got the jokes.
Oh, today it's my day. Yes, I know. But yeah. What's going on?
Not much, bro.
Just
trying to get into,
I know what you're looking for.
What?
You're looking for the most important thing to start the day off right.
You know it.
It's Micah Jaye's infamous word of the day.
Facetious.
God damn, facetious.
Facetious. Don't be facetious. Don't be facetious.
Is that a thing?
No, but on TikTok it's that. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Yeah, that's the
facetious.
Okay.
But yeah, listen. If you don't know what facetious means, well, now you're about to know. All right, facetious means when people, when you're talking about something serious and then somebody just laughs straight in your face.
Abortions.
Yeah, that was me being facetious.
Okay.
It's when you laugh or you take inappropriate humor at a serious time.
Okay. All right.
A facetious remark.
Facetious.
So, listen, I know a lot of y'all motherfuckers have been facetious before. We all have. It's okay. But now you got a word for it.
Damn, you learned something new today.
Hey.
Learn me something, Micah. Learn me something.
Well, you got it.
Excuse me. Had a little burpee there.
A little burpee.
Drinking some good old-fashioned Poland Springs. Got some of this high-quality water that's going off the shelves quicker than anything else. But I got
not quicker than toilet tissue.
Toilet tissue?
Tissue paper?
Tissue paper. Yeah, we getting fucking rattled. People talking about what is damn. What were we calling it? Toilet paper?
Toilet paper?
No, we call it
tissue paper.
We call it tissue paper, and they're like, it's toilet paper.
Yeah.
Like,
hey,
nigga, what?
You know when you know. But listen, bro.
It is what it is. Oh, what is it?
Let's get it. What's today, man?
Today is the goddamn, the 19th? May 19th.
May 19th.
In the past today.
You know it. So listen, I'm going to take y'all back. 1536, okay? Anne Boleyn, second wife of King Henry VIII, was executed. For charges. Oh.
No, I didn't kill him.
Okay.
That's too far back in time.
Her charges were for incest, adultery,
okay,
and for conspiring against him.
Yeah, that bitch had to go.
Yeah, she had to go. That's what they say. You know
what I'm saying? Cersei Lannister head ass.
Yeah.
Incest.
1588. Spanish Armada set sail to secure the English Channel.
Yeah, fuck them niggas.
Listen, 1989, Do the Right Thing, directed by Spike Lee.
Shouts out Spike.
Premieres at the Cannes Film Festival.
Do the right thing like Spike Lee.
You know what I'm saying? 1991, Willie T. Ribbs becomes the first African-American driver to make the Indianapolis 500.
His last name was Ribs?
Yeah, Ribbs.
Hell no.
Ribs?
No, Ribs, I'm saying, but damn. Why you gotta be black and your name gotta be Ribs? Kind of shit is that?
Willie Ribs.
Ribs. Damn. Shit, nigga. Change your name.
That's pretty cool though. 1991. Dang, that wasn't that long ago.
Nah. I remember that time too. I mean, I was alive, but I don't remember that shit. But I remember it was a big deal though.
Okay.
Like people still talk about it. They got t-shirts and shit for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he? Do you know if he did his thing?
Nah, he ain't win.
But he set. He said.
Yeah, he set a precedent. He set a precedent. Yeah.
Okay. In 2016, Egypt Air Flight 804 disappears over the Mediterranean Sea.
That's some bullshit.
Listen, man, people ain't know
Niggas
what happened.
don't be disappearing, bro. They be landing that shit like, hey guys, let's be out.
Nah, they be crashing, bro.
You think so?
No, I know so. Like every airplane that we've ever been like, it disappeared, has crashed into the ocean and has fell like deep down there. We just say it disappeared because we haven't found the crash site yet.
Damn. That shit's kind of fun. Yo, but the ocean, like we explored less than 5% of the ocean?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
It is.
If we only, how much of this? Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
5%?
5%, bro. It's crazy. I remember watching like one of those like little shows on airplane crashes that came on like History Channel or something like that.
Yeah, you a badass kid, nigga.
Nah, I forgot what I was doing. I was in some hotel room and it was just on. You know how the hotel always got those random channels and shows? And I was watching it and it was talking about like airplane crashes and the airplane crashes with airplanes that had disappeared. And the people going to like the physics and how the shit happens, and that shit be messed up. Like,
How them shits go? I thought those ships were like designed to float though.
nah, bro. But people die instantly on impact.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm saying like, why is the plane not floating above the water, like just floating somewhere?
Bro, them shits. I don't know.
How does
of
she
no
getting
plane.
sucked down to the bottom of the floor, like the bottom of the ocean?
I don't know, bro. Them boys is hitting the ocean hard as hell though.
Yeah, I mean,
So they break in the surface area.
how did Sully land that bitch in the fucking harbor?
I don't know. He was smooth.
But then that shit floated.
It did. But think about it. If a plane crashed hard enough against the water, like he slid against the water.
Yeah.
If you hit the water really hard, you break the surface area of the water. And then if it's hard enough, I'm assuming that the glass and stuff breaks.
But
Right?
I'm saying like,
So then water gets in the plane and then eventually it sinks like a boat, right?
this is what I'm thinking though. Okay, the plane's going down. The engines have failed, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still a plane. Like you still just be in free fall. You just not gonna just start. You're not just gonna drop out the sky. Like you floating at like 300. You flying at 300 miles per hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not just gonna like go from 300 to 0 and then fall straight down. So you have to glide down at some point. Like, and if you gliding down, how the fuck are you breaking the surface? Like,
No, them just be falling out the air, boy.
no, I have seen a plane fall out the air. And I think was it Bagram Air Force Base in like overseas? They loaded up a damn C5 full of shit and it was too heavy. And it went straight up and it came back down backwards though. Like on ass first. And that shit was crazy.
Just blew up.
Blew the fuck everything. Everybody died. But I mean, I'm talking about like huge explosion. Like bad. That was a fucking dark ass day for the fucking United States Air Force. Especially niggas overseas. That shit was crazy.
I wonder, do planes? You think the planes be exploding when they hit the water?
Nah. I don't think they blow up. That's what I'm saying. Like that, and if I'm flying a plane, there's like no way you falling straight out of the sky though. I'm telling you, bro, you'll be fucking floating. You will float. You would like turn into a glider at that point.
But isn't it like when you hit water at a super fast pace, it turns it almost into like concrete?
Yeah, but I'm saying but they wouldn't hit it like straight on though.
Some of them do though.
Who?
Not straight on, but they hit them hard, like
All right.
straight on the belly, like a hard ass belly flop,
Yeah.
and then boom. I mean, if you hitting it hard enough for people, for the force to break people's spines instantly on impact
Mm-hmm.
and death, you don't think that's enough to blow it up?
I think it's conspiracy. I think they're really disappearing. They're going into a magical place that we have not yet seen.
Hey, man, and that's what our show is about today.
Oh, conspiracies. That's where we're going with this.
Conspiracy theories, boy.
All right, shit.
So, man, listen. What about conspiracies? Let's talk about some
This
conspiracies.
shit is everything's a conspiracy, bro. I'm not a conspiracy theorist type individual, but I definitely humor anybody who has one because I want to hear that shit. I like hearing that shit because I love hearing the rationale behind motherfuckers. And they like, yo, this shit is because people who conspiracy theorists, they put so much effort and so much research into like their story that I just love the fact that they did it. So I want to know now. Like, tell me what you found. You won't even believe what I found. I did some digging on Google and I found a whole bunch of stuff. Here it is. I'm like, oh, okay. Cool, bro.
I used to be one of those people who like from the age of like, I don't know, from like 12 to like 16, I used to go hard in the damn conspiracy theory game. Like, I wanted to go off the grid. I was like on some doomsday prepper type shit.
Okay.
I was like, I don't need no phones. It was bad, man. I was like, shit, the damn guillotine's gonna come. FEMA is gonna set up like population control is a thing.
Yeah,
they're
well,
gonna get the white people off.
We're gonna get at that too.
You know, the military put those damn chips in people's arms and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, it was.
Nah, I mean, what nigga? You hold on, nigga.
I was in the game deep. Boy.
I did not know this. This is how do I not know this?
I don't know. I just
Damn.
it was some.
Oh
yeah.
I just
No, that's perfect text to describe how it was.
Damn.
But yeah, man. I mean, overall, a conspiracy theory is just literally an explanation of like an event or situation of like basically it has to have like that a powerful group or sinister group had like some type of control over it. And it's often like got something to do with like political or like some political motivation.
The sad part is when them shits are real. Like when they are like hidden and they're like, no, this is not real. This can't be real. And then 10, 15, 20 years go by and then you find out that shit's real. You like,
oh, you mean like
shit.
aliens? Yeah.
What about them aliens?
Right. You know, I don't know if you know, but in April, damn, the Pentagon finally officially like released like 3 documents and confirmed their UFOs.
Shut the front door.
I'm serious, man.
Bro. I mean, that shit to me is disrespectful to the American people, just people in general. Why have I not seen this across the headline news? Like,
it was. I mean, it was a pretty thing, a big thing. I mean, yeah.
But they're here
among us,
bro. What the fuck? Aliens,
but
confirmed.
Bruh. I said, listen, I've been in the conspiracy game a long time. You know what I'm saying? Look, we been knew this though.
Nah, yeah, because my next door neighbor, I swear she was an alien though.
And my grandmother swear that she saw a damn UFO in our backyard before.
Where's your grandma live at?
Cleveland, Ohio.
It's a fact. It happened. This shit happened. 100%. Everything happens in Cleveland. If it didn't happen nowhere else, it happened in Cleveland. That should be our motto. No. Listen, man. New York City got lizard people, like reptilians from a different planet. Like,
oh yeah. The reptilians was a big conspiracy.
How do you feel though? Do you feel like aliens are a real thing?
Oh, most definitely.
No, like 0% chance. Like it's not happening.
I believe that aliens are a real thing. Do they exist in our, like, do they know that we exist? Like, do we exist to them? And do they know like that we exist? I don't know. Like, I feel like there's definitely planets out there that have
life.
have managed to like develop and gain the resources that Earth has and have became like bro, it has to be has became a livable planet for some type of microorganism to like continue to live.
No, for that, 100%.
Now, them shits might be so like for our technology, them shits might be so far away for us.
Yeah.
To like ever see them.
Geraldo.
Who's that? What's that?
He's an illegal alien.
Okay.
Shut your ass.
You gotta be stopped.
No. I never say no. I can say no. For real. I think that there's two things in my mind, right? So either there's one where there's like this microorganism life that like exists out in space somewhere that is a form of life that we can consider alien, right? Because we just don't. It's not we're not accustomed to that life form because we call it alien. So I'm cool with that. But there's always that second life form, that second idea where it's like that dude or that thing that like has this damn ship that's floating around, you know, traveling from star to star and shit like that. But when I think about it though, like even listening to like Neil deGrasse Tyson, like he was like, there's nothing special about Earth. And then like everything that's out in space is on Earth. Cause I feel like people think that we're gonna find some new crazy ass like material or something in space that is not on Earth. When if we had if you believe in the Big Bang, right? Mm-hmm. Then you have to believe that everything on Earth is already like we have everything that's out there.
Everything started at a constant point and then it just expanded out.
Yeah. So it's like it's not like there's like there may be more concentrate of it somewhere else, but like everything that is in space or in these other planets are on Earth. That's why we'd be like, oh, it's a carbon based planet. We can't live. You know what I'm saying? So then when I start thinking like that, I start thinking like, what's the necessity for life though? So like I still think there'd be like a universal like need, like there's some universal needs that life has to sustain,
like
through.
Hydrogen, nitrogen,
shit like that, right? So then I started thinking, all right, so they would still need some life would develop in a certain way. So when the people like they got big ass heads and little ass bodies, I'm like, I mean, if you made it to the point of like space travel from like planet to planet far away, I mean, like you probably don't need like a big ass body, bro. You
that
probably,
shit makes so much
it
sense.
Does like your brain
like,
probably is massive because you're like using more of your brain than anything.
And when I think about like if there are some people out there that are like level 4 like life forms, right? Yeah. Level 4 being that they have like figured out a way to harvest energy of like whole ass stars or planets.
We're not even one.
We not
even, damn, we haven't moved the needle.
Yeah, like then maybe, but you're right, like bro, like even though we've like made so many advancements with like space and like the International Space Station, we still don't know how humans will be affected through like space, like non-gravity, like childbirth.
Yeah,
like that shit might be a mess. That shit might be a terrible idea.
It's gonna be number C-sections, bro. Because I can't like you said earlier. We have even the conversation. Like I remember having a conversation with you about this, like gravity's necessity for childbirth and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like there have to be hella C-sections ahead of time because that just doesn't seem like a practical thing to like be floating and trying like. You need some outside force to help push that shit out, and
that might get messy. Like C-section with no gravity, like shit flying out that's not supposed to fly out. Is that how it works? I don't know. I don't really know the human anatomy. Like, could an intestine like slowly float out?
No.
Okay, the sac is above.
Hold on. Let me get straight. You thought that during childbirth, an intestine would fly out of a vagina?
No. A C-section is the stomach.
Oh,
right?
I thought you about like just natural birth.
No.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying there. Like then but the incision is still small though.
Oh, is it really?
It's still a small incision. It's not like it's probably like 4 inches, bro. It's like a little incision at the bottom of your stomach. Like it's not nothing.
Okay.
It's not like they cut that bit. They cut that bitch open and pull it back.
I'm thinking they cut that bitch open. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're gonna pillar top real quick. We're gonna slap that boy back on a little mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying?
Pull that bitch off like a helmet. No, nigga. No, it's like just a little cut under the belly, right there, under the belly button, like just
boom.
Yeah, right at the bottom of your stomach, right there.
Yeah,
and they just bloop, bloop, shoulders pop out.
And then if you think about it, like I think you lose every hour or every day you lose 1% of your muscle mass in space just because of no gravity. So like astronauts have to work out like 4 times a day just to keep their muscles from
that's crazy.
suffering from like crazy apathy.
Yeah, that's crazy. We had to invent like some fucking gravity suits or some shit, or gravity inside a space station, which is we don't even understand gravity on Earth to this day. Like we don't even know what the fuck it is. That's a fucking conspiracy.
But we do have ideas on how we can do it though. I think on that
centrifugal force.
Yeah, centrifugal force, like spinning in really like fast speeds so that we can.
But that's just like.
But where do you get that energy?
Yeah, I would say where do you get the energy from? Like,
so
this shit is boundless, bro. But even speaking of that conspiracy,
and then when I think about that though, I think about like how scared we are with nuclear energy. Like nuclear energy is probably the craziest, like the biggest.
Are we scared though?
I think to an extent. Submarines and battleships.
Oh, totally nuclear. Will run forever. No problem.
But like, I feel like we could be doing so much more.
Yeah, but I mean,
they got it. Whoa.
They got so many damn not laws. That's what I'm looking for. They got so many treaties and shit around that shit. Like you are not allowed. Like they know if I can power a fucking a city forever. Like, I know a nigga can make a bomb to blow up some shit.
And just on accident, it'll be over with.
Yeah, and you got fucking people like damn Elon Musk talking about shooting that shit into fucking space and blowing up Mars so it can fucking have a fucking...
Heat it up the fast way?
Yeah, that nigga's crazy. But I fuck with Elon Musk, but nigga, we not shooting no fucking nuclear missile into fucking space for that shit to backfire. You only got one shot to let shit to turn around and come back down like, oops, didn't make it, not enough juice. Where the fuck you gonna come? Right back down? Oh yeah, we landing right back where you shot me from and blow the fuck up. We got a crater the size of fucking Cleveland now. And that shit now we have 2 Clevelands on fucking Earth.
You stupid. But not even, let's bring it back like to conspiracies of the past, like not even that like dramatic or that like far-fetched. Like just some of the past. Like what about the 1969 Apollo moon landing?
Bullshit.
You think it was fake?
I think it's bullshit.
For those who don't know, there are conspiracy theories that the recording of the 1969 Apollo moon landing was like a fake video made by America.
Yeah.
In order to like convince other countries that they had did it first, like Russia.
Yeah, gotta slow other countries down. We were already losing. We were losing the space race. Like niggas was ready. They had their fucking rockets pointed towards the stars. They about to launch.
Shot dogs and chimpanzees and all that stuff up. Huh?
We was ready to go, and then them folks was like, "Hold on, get with Steven Spielberg. Get in the studios and let's act this shit out." Because if we were already losing the fucking advancement war. Niggas is already Japan's blowing past us. Fucking China's blowing past us. Russia's blowing past us. Like we were fucking becoming, not number one, and we couldn't take that shit. So we had to go make some shit. Well, we got amazing actors.
This one makes so much sense to me. Like the fake moon landing. Like America's the number one in television and number one in propaganda, number one in marketing and advertisement, and on top of that, like I think we've been there.
No, I think we definitely have been there. And I don't think it's far fetched to believe that motherfuckers have stepped on the moon, right? I will question this though. So there's some questions I got for the shit though. We can see Pluto.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker can't show me the flag on the moon.
That is true.
Zoom the fuck in and show me the flag right now. Like you can show me Pluto and tell me there's no water on Mars, and you can fucking see pictures of that shit, but you cannot go. How many thousands of miles away and then like just take a picture of the flag floating still there? Oh, you can't do that. Okay. Oh, you didn't do it?
That is true. You can see craters on the moon, but you can't see a little red and white.
Come on, man. Where the fuck is it at?
And if you go back and look, so I know a lot of one of the supporting evidences that the moon landing is so fake is the wind of the flag, right? It's like waving in the air, but there is no air or wind in space.
Now I know people have definitely argued that point, and then they shot back and said, well, we had a L bracket attached to the flag, so it was attached at the top of the flag and on the side of the flag. That's why it looks like it's out and waving. But then still that Old Glory was waving like no other, like nobody's business. So what's that? And like the way that he was like moving on the damn like moon during the video was just real fucking sketchy, bro. He was just like, I don't know. That shit was like weird. He was moving real awkwardly, like he was in a fucking pool of water or something. I don't know. It was real funny. Or he was on some strings or some shit. He was bouncing like a motherfucker, bro. Like, I don't know.
I want to go check it out. I want to go see what it's about.
Oh, and my last thing on the motherfucking moon landing, every time you watch a fucking interview of the niggas on the moon landing, like after they came back, the couple days after they came back, they look like they just got their ass beat and go tell this big ass story I told you to tell to the American people and don't make them believe it. These motherfuckers look so like, come on, man. Motherfucker gonna ask me a question I ain't gonna have the answer for it. So how was it on the moon? I really liked it. It was amazing. Okay, can you tell us anything else about the moon landing? It's so much going on I can't even remember. Like the shit was so monotone. They look depressed as fuck. And then you look at a moon, somebody who's been in space, not even to the moon. Somebody who's been on the space station. Them motherfuckers come back. It was amazing. You can't even believe this shit, man. I took a shower and the water was everywhere. You know how hard it is to brush your teeth on the, you know, like they motherfuckers are crazy. Like
that's true. All right, what about the assassination of John F. Kennedy? The babushka lady?
The babushka lady.
Think she did it? You think she was from space? I mean, that's from space.
From the future?
From the future? Or from the past?
I don't know, man. The babushka lady, man. I don't know. So time travel's a weird thing with me, though. I feel weird about time travel. Only because I feel like I think time travel could be a thing, but the only thing I don't think is a thing now is because I feel like our present self would have to have figured it out by now. Like it's like an infinite amount of time forward that would have happened, and I feel like they would have already disrupted the past by now. And maybe they did. Maybe that the babushka lady was an example of it. But
bro, my whole thing about time travel is just, again, that damn energy, bro. Like the amount of energy that would have to be stored, like to power something to go back. And then
calculations gotta be amazing, bro.
And then time is relative, right? And time is also like
how do you
technically we have developed time travel is a thing though.
Get on a plane and go backwards.
That and just like on some like you ever seen a movie Interstellar?
Oh yeah.
Like on some Albert Einstein like theory of relativity type shit. Like if you travel far enough away from Earth and you come back, like time on Earth will completely be like different than the time you experience. And I know for a fact we have a chemical in our body that that like tells us when to die and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, also, so there's a couple things with that. I'll talk about that last one last because I know I found a study on how to manipulate that chemical, but it also revolves around which I think is true though, is the chemical can be altered by the individuals that you're around though, which it sounds like, I mean, it's a theory, but like motherfuckers who operate in time, like operate around people that are younger, like than them, than their body. If they're like active, then their brain and body seems to like stay in a state of like adolescence, so to speak. Not like they stay young, but they don't age as fast as individuals who like are around older individuals who their body is telling them like, hey, yo, we getting old. You know what I'm saying? But that's no here or there.
Yeah.
But time travel being relative though, that shit is what I'm talking about. Like, how the fuck do you go back to 1955 if we created 1955?
And
like,
if it already happened,
like
how do you, is it like we could go forward, but how do you go backwards?
Yeah, like
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, and
it might not be possible.
Even if it was possible, think about like the fucking measurements that have to take place. Like, I'm gonna come back in time at where though? A fucking tree could be right where you're about to be fucking going back in time, and now you're dead.
Yeah,
you know, or you're gonna drive your like I don't know how you get back in time and not hit a plane, or you know, there's so many shit like
the only way I could think about going like forward is if think about this. I just came up with this. I'm dumb. you go so far into the future that like you end up in a place that you like to believe is the past, but really it's just the cycle of life starting over. Like humanity is gone, like some weird ass shit. Oh, this shit gotta be dinosaurs. Like
okay, you mean like the
whole cycle of everything, the pattern
okay.
of like on some the circle of life for real, some real shit. Like we start over like the eradication of humans and like it starts all over again.
I don't think I would want to go back. I don't even think I would want to go in the past though, to be honest with you.
Hell no.
Only because I know like everything is connected. Like either if we choose to believe it or not, like the little like you know what I'm saying, like I refused to recycle. I threw my bottle on the ground. Someone else picked it up. It slowed him down a minute. He threw it in the trash can. The guy picked it up. That shit was one bottle too heavy for him, so he had to ask somebody else to cut it. The truck slowed down. He went outside. Like that. I think the world is that connected. Like on those small, like that small, like one small action can make a huge domino effect.
The butterfly effect.
Yeah. So I'm saying I wouldn't want to go back in time and touch anything. Like
yeah.
Like that fucker sees you come back, like, oh, what the fuck was that? And then now he tells somebody who saw something, who doesn't believe him, who gets off the phone with his girlfriend to talk to you, but his girlfriend was about to tell him she was about to commit suicide. She committed suicide, but she didn't get stopped. But she had to be like some person that was gonna make some crazy ass music that was gonna change it. Like that,
the butterfly effect. We get it. I mean, one of my favorite short stories is by Ray Bradbury. He's a very descriptive writer, and my favorite short story is called "The Sound of Thunder." And it's about that shit. It's pretty cool.
I'm just letting you know they still here though.
They are. They're among us. You about to get us demonetized like a motherfucker, boy.
What is shit, nigga? Oh well.
But hey, what about 9/11 terrorist attacks, bro? Conspiracy.
Damn.
Did Bush do it?
I don't think Bush did it. I think Bush is an asshole. I think he's a dummy. I don't think he's capable of no shit like that. But
Why do you think he a dummy?
He can't spell potato.
Potato?
Yeah, they asked the motherfucker to spell potato, and he fucking spelled that shit like POA. Like, what'd you spell, nigga? That's how you spell potato. Like, no, that's not how you spell potato, nigga. What the fuck? Yo, but I remember one time I was inebriated, and I was trying to figure out how to make potato salad, and I'm so country that I was like punching that shit in. I was like, why is this shit not coming up? But I was spelling potato with a B.
Potato?
Potato salad. I was like, what the fuck I can't find a fucking recipe for potato salad? Potato salad.
Potato? You out of control, boy.
But no, I don't think he did it. I do think the fucking government has the power to do some shit like that though. And there are some sick individuals in the world, you know, that could care less about American people. Could care less about people in general. Like they have their own motives, but just the way that shit went down, bro. Like fucking plane coming 400, 500 miles per hour and hits a fucking building, and that bitch goes straight down.
How does it not fall sideways?
How does it not fall sideways, bro? Like even if the fucking architect said we built this shit to fall straight down, like nigga.
People be on 9/11 though. They're like the plane fuel. It was not hot enough. Could not reach hot enough levels to melt this titanium. Whatever they use to
man, box cutter. The niggas got you out your seat with a box cutter.
Well, I believe that though. On some just because of the bystander effect. You hip to the bystander effect?
No, what's that?
The bystander effect is that this psychological theory that people won't do anything if they're around more people.
What do you mean?
So like, you know, we live in New York, so you know, like on the subway. When you see people like doing some dumb shit, like you might see
someone else will jump in.
Yeah, that or you know, or they come up with a whole bunch of different reasons. But that's called the bystander effect when people don't do anything because they are around a whole bunch of people. So everybody's just like.
So you gave up your seat and the other motherfuckers gave his seat with a box cutter?
I guess so.
You know what? I don't want to jinx myself. You know what I'm saying? Let me knock on wood, nigga.
So
I don't know.
You don't want to get robbed with a box cutter.
I don't want to get robbed with a box cutter. I don't know what box cutters do. Some fucking damage though, boy.
They do some damage.
You'd be fucked up for life if somebody hit you with a box cutter in the face. Like I know chick cut another chick in the face in school. When I was in high school with a box cutter.
Where'd you go to school at? Cleveland?
I went hell no. Good old fashioned Goldsboro High School.
Goldsboro.
But nigga hit a bitch with a box cutter in the face. Slit her shit wide open. That shit never heals. Like they stitch that shit up, but you have a big ass gash on your face forever.
Cocoa butter.
Nope.
Aloe.
Nope. Jesus. Nope. Call that shit a beauty mark.
Dang.
But yeah. So all right, fucking box cutter. They got the plane. Then they crashed that bitch.
Bro, I think people had to have some type of bombs in there, right? Like for it to go straight down like that. Like only people swear by the 9/11 is that like only buildings that are blown up by like demolitionists,
Yeah.
like have that same behavior.
Why the Twin Towers though?
I don't know. It's reasons by it. I think it's people saying like I remember asking that question.
That shit didn't shut down anything.
It didn't.
Like that shit didn't stop nothing. Like I mean,
they wanted the fear though, if anything, I guess.
But do you see what happened to the Middle East after that?
Destruction.
But this is what I'm saying. Okay, so that's so the Bush thing, right? But the reason was people thought that motherfuckers was bombing, and then that gave them the reason to go over there and steal the oil. But like I'm like, you could have landed that bitch. You could have crashed that bitch with all those passengers on it, and that would have been enough reason to fucking go fucking start a war.
That is true.
Like, why fucking the Twin Towers? Like,
The World Trade
Center, bro? I don't understand.
It was a hub of like a whole bunch of different stuff though, right?
Yeah, but
Of communication and something else.
I will have to defer to you or Google because I'm not privy to all of the reason or rationale behind the bombers.
Yeah. All right, but what about because that happened 9/11, right?
Yeah.
In 2011. So that's not long ago.
Whatever. Not. Yeah.
Wait, is the 11 a year? No, that's
September
2001,
11.
right?
Yeah.
2001.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah. So that only happened. How many years ago is that? 19.
19. Yeah.
Dang, bro, that's crazy. Kids that's grown up won't have no idea of like 9/11 now.
I remember where I was when it happened.
Where?
I was in fucking Spanish class.
Spanish, like specifically, like when it happened.
Yep, I was in Spanish class, and then I remember my teacher stopped and she rolled the cart in. You know that cart had that big ass TV on it. Everybody got happy when they saw it in their class because they thought they were gonna watch a movie that day. Or maybe you don't know because I'm a little older. But
I know what
anyway,
you're talking about.
But anyway, she rolled that bitch in there, and she cut the news on or whatever because somebody had just told her. But she broke down on the floor and was crying like this fucking puddle because her mom lived in New York and she couldn't get in contact with her. But I was like, damn. And I remember like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just started drawing again because I was like hiding behind. I had my like notebook up and I was drawing like pictures of a Goku.
Okay,
but
but
yeah.
you remember it though.
Yeah, I remember that shit though.
I don't remember.
You don't remember for real?
I don't remember what I was doing when it
nah.
happened. I remember when it happened. Like I remember walking in a room and seeing my uncle watch this building crumble over and over again. I'm like, what the hell is this?
What do you think though? Conspiracy or real actual factuals took place?
I used to think it was a conspiracy done by the internal government, but then I couldn't think of like I couldn't think of a like viable like
Right?
motive for
Right.
like Bush to do that. You
The
know,
oil? I mean, he did have stake in oil, but I'm like, this nigga like
to kill Americans, people from a country that
Like
you like
thousands?
take pride in.
yeah. To
They're
kill
like
that.
you literally the leader of them. I don't know.
I don't know. That one like always, like I see people get it. I see what they talking about. I mean, I don't shit like I get what they talking about, and I can see the conspiracy that could be had, but I don't mess with it. It don't make sense to me.
I kind of agree with you. Do I think that it was like there were people, like a big group of people that were conspiring to make it happen? Sure.
Hell
like,
yeah.
do I think there could have been like some people that were part of this terrorist group that had access inside the building and were able to plant some dynamite or whatever?
Middle-aged Christian white men.
Hey, those the real terrorists.
Damn.
But yeah. But what about Conspiracies of today, man. I got a list of them shits, especially during this damn quarantine.
Yeah,
Shit.
what the fuck you got?
They popping off. What you got first? I got.
Well, no,
a
my
list.
shits is still in the past, though, nigga.
All right.
My shit's in the past.
Well, with the COVID-19, the coronavirus going off, there's been so many damn conspiracy theories based around the coronavirus.
Bro, every coronavirus conspiracy I hear, I always be like, wow. At first, I'm like, I don't believe it. But then I go back to, another conspiracy we didn't talk about, but we can later or now, whatever. But was the Project Mockingbird. And every time I watch Project Mockingbird, I think about the COVID conspiracy. I'm like, that shit could be true.
What's the Project Mockingbird?
So Project Mockingbird is the federal government, the CIA, has control over the media, and they kind of like just dictate what is shown and all these major networks. So like if you ever watch the news, like say something major happens in the world or whatever, if you watch every news channel or media outlet, they all use like the same like 3 words or same verbiage and like whatever. Like Bush did something and it was like dark or something like that. Every news channel was like, Bush is a dark individual, and then like his dark blah blah blah, dark this, dark that. Like everything was like dark on like 40 news channel outlets. And so after doing a little research on Project Mockingbird, which I advise everybody to go do some research on Project Mockingbird, because it's not even a conspiracy, it's like a fact. They got called out in the Supreme Court and they testified and everything, and they were like, yeah, we have CIA agents in all major networks, and we do in fact control what the fuck is going on, or like what is being said or reported or suggested is reported. But it makes sense to a certain degree.
I mean, when I think about like World War II, when propaganda started booming, I think about the OWI, like the Office of War Information, and they literally are. You can look them up on Google. Like they're literally in charge of like regulating this information domestically and abroad,
right?
For like what people see.
So
and
that's a fact. So I'm saying that's a fact. Project Mockingbird probably is a part of that shit. It's probably somewhere tied into all that shit. So when someone says like coronavirus is skyrocket to 70,000 deaths, and you're like, well, I haven't seen anybody around me dying. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, are niggas getting sick? Yes. Have people died? Yes. Is it because of COVID-19? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a conspiracy theory right there. Like coronavirus deaths rates being like inflated.
Yeah.
Which I definitely believe. I know that's the truth.
I mean, I want to be I'm being very careful, and like I don't want to be an individual that like showcases or promotes misinformation or anything like that. But at the same time, like that shit just doesn't, like, I don't know, bro.
Never influenced, always informed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like after you start digging a little bit more, you're like, hold on, man. You peel the onion back, you like, so we went from 100 to 10,000 and 10,000 to fucking 80,000, and now we passed China, and they had like, that was the fucking like birthplace of the shit. Like, okay, now we got 100 something. Like, okay, but then people were like, oh, we been like the fact that people were like, oh, well, I got confirmed case, I gotta let go, and the niggas like, oh, I was around my grandma and she had it, so they had me there in quarantine for 2 weeks. I'm like, what? So they don't know if you have it, but you have to be quarantined. But this nigga got confirmed case that he got it, and they let you get. Like, I just don't understand the rationale behind the shit. So it makes me get real suspicious.
What do you think the motive will be for inflating the death rates?
Well, I know if I can scare enough people, then I can start promoting my own drugs and cures. I know we started going this holistic route. People start talking about you can get away from big business and all this, like you said, big pharma and all that shit by, just eating right. And we were on a fucking health kick, kale and blah blah blah, and we were moving our ass up on some of the healthiest countries in the world. We started moving up, start trotting up. So I'm saying like the increase in our health and the way that we have been maneuvering as a society, especially as millennials, and millennials tend to not depend on pharmaceuticals as much as the older generation because we have access to more information. I feel like a scare of that cannot be cured by holistic medicines, or a scare that cannot be cured by anything that currently, and you have to fall back on the government for like assistance, or what I'm saying. That's a reason.
That is a good reason. I mean, like when I think about like, I feel like CNN or like all the news outlets start putting out. I felt like they were almost putting out information as like people were talking. Like I remember like people like, man, if you get it, just like some vinegar, some salt water, you'll be good. And it was like, then tomorrow it's like millennials are dying because these like holistic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Techniques do not work. This is serious. Don't.
Well, there's a leader of a country in Africa. I forgot what country it was.
Is it Zimbabwe?
Zimbabwe. Their leader's a fucking. He got a degree in botany, botanist, and biology, and he was doing research with his team in his laboratories and stuff like that. And they came up with some. He found out that some guys came up with some mixture of herbs and stuff that they had in Zimbabwe, and decided to test it out on some people who had confirmed cases of it, and they seemed to recover extremely quickly, and they were back on their feet and 100% well. So he decided to get on the airways and tell his people like, hey, we got something, we're going to call it, let's say for conversational purposes, he calls it the Corona cure or whatever like that. We got the Corona cure right here. It's X, Y, and Z, these herbs and spices, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm bringing them back. So he went out to the place where he found all this stuff, did all the research, and he started bringing it back. And then the CDC got on the fucking news and shit and was like, this shit is not safe. No one should be taking it. No one should be relying on these things to cure themselves. And to me, it's like crazy that even if, like this man said, I don't know if it's 100% cure, but I know that it could help. Right. And then I'm going to do everything I can do to help my people. So if it's not 100%, I know it's something, and I'm going to try and do something. So he's doing something, and they're like, don't even take it. Don't take any of it. I'm like, why would they say that? Like, even if it doesn't cure it, like, but why would they say don't attempt to do it? Especially if these things aren't going to cause any harm. It's like, hey, Mike, I put some blue food coloring in this water. It's going to make you feel better. Like, even if that shit's not going to hurt you, why would the fuck would they tell you not to take it?
Right. I mean, it kind of go back to that conspiracy theory around cancer and how people are like, we got the cure for cancer. They just, it's such a big industry that they can't allow
they can't.
it to be. I remember hearing that rattlesnake meat was a cure for a few cancers.
Well, I don't know about that. What? Rattlesnake meat? Like eating it?
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, like, and the way that they get you is they make you feel like the person who said it sounds stupid for saying it. Like rattlesnake meat, like, and then I'll make a joke about it, like, haha, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But then you'd be motherfucker eating rattlesnake meat clean and clear, like, well, I feel pretty good, So,
are you one of those people that think the COVID-19 doesn't really exist?
No. I think that COVID-19 is a real thing. Like, I think it's a real thing.
Are you a theorist behind? Do you think the coronavirus escaped from a Chinese lab?
How did it like it just grew some legs and walked the fuck out?
No, like they were experimenting, they messed around, made in the lab, and then it accidentally somebody got infected, like a scientist, and then it just started spreading like wildfire.
Nah, because all those major like diseases like that have like somehow stem from animals at some point in time. The swine flu, mad cow disease, Ebola, Corona, like all them shits come from animals at some point, and we share so many like similarities with them. Those individuals, like it's like it's bound to get to us eventually. Like we so far removed like mentally that we think that we are not animals. That when we catch something, it's like, how the fuck could we get that from a pig? I'm not an animal. Like bitch, you're an animal. Okay, we're all animals, and then they, you know what I'm saying, just that's
Definitely. And when I think about, like, I know we don't know exactly where it came from, but like, you know, the whole thing about a bat. But like, when you think about bats, bro, or like these rats with wings that like are deep in caves,
filthy.
like, and like we don't ever go in caves, bro. Like mass populations,
You
like
shouldn't.
there's nothing good in a cave.
No, nothing good in the cave, bro. If you see like these bat caves, I've seen like people exploring bat caves. They got hazmat suits on. They're like, this shit is like toxic in it. Like all it is shit and piss up to your kneecaps from like thousands, hundreds of thousands of bats. Like that shit obviously is like people like, yo, pigs is nasty. No, bats are disgusting. Like
I know if a bat pees in your eye, you'll go blind. That's the thing.
What?
Bro, I don't know where I'm accumulating these random ass facts from, but somebody told me that.
If a bat pees in your eye, you go blind?
Instantly.
My mom told me if you do something else, you go blind.
What?
Huh?
What was that?
If you shut your ass up.
All right. Uh-oh. What is it? Does it have something to do with an animal?
No.
Oh.
I mean, are you an animal?
Yeah, sure.
Humans are animals?
What did your mom say?
Your mama tell you that either?
What?
You know, masturbation will make you go blind.
My mom ain't tell me no
If
bullshit.
you do it too much, you'll go blind.
My mom told me, nigga, wash your hands.
What? Or you'll grow hair in your palm? Hair in your palm?
No.
The fuck?
Do you think the U.S. military invented the COVID and dispersed it in China?
Nope. I was part of the United States military, and I'll tell you right now, do not believe the commercials. Them commercials got you thinking that G.I. Joe Bob is out here jumping out of a plane saving your people. Okay? It's a bunch of 145-pound men, you know, $140 to $190, who play video games, World of Warcraft every night when they get off work and drive American muscle cars. Yep. That's the American military. Do I think that there's geniuses amongst them? Yes. Was I a part of the genius class? Yes. But no. I don't think they. Why?
Why?
That's the question. I was like, why?
Where is the motive?
Like, they be like, we're getting rid of old people. Well, I will say this. There are a lot of people that are about to become into the retirement age, and I don't know if the government can afford all those motherfuckers to make it to that point.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
So,
but why the world though? You think the world as a whole though? Like I know baby boomers is a thing in America, but is that
getting hit? Who people? The world got hit hard, but who got hit the hardest?
Italy. No, us now.
Yeah,
right?
us. Yeah, and it's the old ass people and at risk populations. So I'm saying, like, we can't. Medicaid is like not gonna be able to support all these motherfuckers.
Well, that would make a lot of sense why we didn't take like crazy precautions the way other countries did. That would make sense. But you think that, I guess that would go into like my question I asked about earlier. Like, do you think the U.S. put it in other countries as a clear up or a diversion? Like, oh, we got this from somewhere else.
I don't put nothing past America. Okay. Do I think that shit so?
What about
what about you, man? What do you think?
About which
I'm
one?
on the hot seat every question, man. What do you think?
Bruh, where are your questions at?
Do you think that America put that shit out there?
I don't. I don't believe in none of these damn coronavirus conspiracies. I don't believe in the one where people keep trying to blame this damn 5G.
Yeah, I don't know about that 5G.
I don't believe in a damn Bill Gates scapegoat conspiracy theory.
The Simpsons did call this one though.
I don't believe in the damn biological weapon of coronavirus. I do believe in biological warfare.
As a guy, that's a fact, and you know,
but who did Russia start it?
What?
Like why China and then the rest of the world?
No. That's what I'm saying. Like the wet markets is a fucking filthy ass thing. That's the thing. Like what the wet markets in Africa started the Ebola shit. Like we know this shit. Like
yeah, like It's too much. It's too much evidence out there.
Swine flu started in our wet markets. That motherfuckers don't. They act like America ain't got wet markets.
Yeah.
Like we got wet markets too. We just don't shop at them fucking face to face. It's called fucking hog farms. Like you think them fucking hogs are like living in great habitats? Or these chicken farms. You think them chickens live like them chickens and them hogs are set up just like the wet markets. They sitting in cages on top of each other. Matter of fact, do you know that like 90% of the pigs that die before they're slaughtered have pneumonia? Like most animals that we kill to slaughter are sick before they are killed.
I believe it.
Like that's some crazy shit. Like they did a test on these motherfuckers. Like every pig you have has pneumonia and was about to die within a short period of time before we killed them anyway. Like that doesn't make me feel better about eating this bacon. This shit is some bad bacon. That's why I only go to farm ranch at Park Slope. But no, farm to table. But no, I'm just saying like we have the same damn thing here. All those damn crazy ass diseases and shit. We fucking we prop up our country on that same bullshit. We just make it seem like we're more gaudy than other individuals because you know we're not out here barefoot shopping at them. But we do the same shit, bro. It's probably even worse here.
I believe it. How you feel about I guess my next thing is where you think conspiracy theories are going?
Yeah, fucking anywhere and everywhere. As long as we're alive, there will be conspiracies around. Motherfuckers, what won't we have a conspiracy about? First it was the fucking Earth was flat, now it's round, now it's flat again. Damn. There was no aliens. Now there are aliens. There are aliens on pyramids. That was all fake. Now we fucking you telling me there's motherfucking aliens everywhere, and they're here.
They're among us.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everything, man. Like, I think that conspiracies will slowly evolve into this. Like, nah, nigga, I don't even know. I was gonna give you some colorful shit to wrap us up, man, but I don't even fucking know, man. Like we talking about aliens, that's supposed to be the future. How much more future can we get? We talking about futures and time travel, aliens and time travel. How the fuck more can we? I don't know what else to go. Oh, fucking universe. We jump from different universes. We not really in this universe. We operate between 12 different universes. That's the only fucking thing. That's conspiracy.
Yeah,
and that's already conspiracy, damn. Because I heard
it. You're right. I think you're right, bro. Because our conspiracies is just they all have something to do with something you can't prove or disprove. So as long as you have a creative imagination and you use like some form of logic,
conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy.
Like, do I think any of the corona shit is real? No, but I could link some shit together to make it feel valid and real to me. Like,
it's a fact, bro.
Like, all that shit.
I remember they said like because you know about the Illuminati and stuff all like that. Like,
yeah, they
say like, bro, if I'm famous and I say I love pizza, people will come around and be like, wait, pizza is served by the slice. Slices are triangles. Triangles refers to the pyramid. The pyramid is clearly has the all-seeing eye above it. I love the Illuminati. He's clearly part of the Illuminati. Like, damn. Bro, like,
yeah, they always think that shit, man. They'll link it to anything. I mean, even though Illuminati is a real thing, but it's a real thing. Do I think the Illuminati's out here changing the world? I don't know about that, but there's obviously like evidence of the motherfuckers. They talk about like it was a real order designed. Like it just meant the illuminated individuals, like the people who were the smartest and brightest at the time. Like that was a real thing. Like,
do I believe there's some truth to every conspiracy? Completely.
Yes.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, 100%. 1,000%.
Every story has some type of truth to it.
There's good things in Cleveland. See, now that one's right there. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know about that. Like, see, tell me the truth. You, Micah Jaye. Hey, see, there's truth to the story. And that is where it stops.
Well, listen, man. At the end of the day, man,
I'm not no doctor.
I'm not no lawyer.
And I'm damn sure not a
conspiracy theorist.
Conspiracy theorist. Okay, damn. You know where you can find us at. YouTube, Shut Up in Color podcast. Instagram, Shut Up in Color _ Micah Jaye is Micah.Jaye. Jaye Ashton Alexander. It's the Shut McCullough podcast. Always informed, never influence.
Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the like button, give us some thumbs up, and hit that notification bell.
We'll be back next week with episode 9.
Yes, sir. We out.
Shut the fuck up. I'm sick of this shit.